rest of the preparations are in place. If I don't make my move now, I don't know if I'll be able to. What have you? I have to return. Otherwise all of this will have been in vain. They said something else, but too softly, so Sam couldn't hear it. She knew not to move. Movement now would disrupt the silence, and with Maren, she didn't want to risk that exposure. The woman would not be forgiving. The man moved away from Maren, leaving her standing alone. She remained motionless for long moments before turning in Sam's direction as if she knew she was there. You can come out of the shadows, Samara. Kaisa! How had Maren detected her? Sam stepped forward. You knew? I think I'd recognize my own cloak, she said, eyeing Sam up and down before her gaze settled on her in full. She had hard eyes, and they looked at her in a way that demanded she do as instructed. Sam suspected that any who fell victim to that gaze would do the same. How much did you hear? Sam shrugged. There was no use denying that she'd overheard everything. Enough. What sort of prize are you going after? She smiled, but Maren's eyes never changed. I'm not going after any prize. But I heard you say that time was important. I heard you tell him you needed to act. Maren gave a single shake of her head. I'm not the best person to reach this target. Sam's heart fluttered even before Maren said anything else. She didn't need her to say anything more to know what she intended. Since you seem to have heard everything, I think you'll be a good fit to go after this. I don't work for you, Maren. She didn't work for anyone, though Baston had the best claim on her, as much as she wanted to get away from him. Sam didn't want to spend all her days thieving. There would be something else for her, even if there were times it seemed that she would never find it. Thieving was a means to something else, some place better, and Sam was determined to find it. No, but you have, and you will again. Now. Give me a reason why I should. She eyed Sam strangely, almost appraising her. How much do you need to pay off Baston? There is no paying off Baston, Sam said. Even if she had enough money to pay him off, she doubted she could completely separate from him. Once her mother died, Sam had taken all the jobs she could to keep her and her brother safe. It just so happened that most of them were tied to Baston, and he took his cut. Each job she took drew her deeper into his web, and she was tied to him more and more. In some ways, Maren was still worse. At least with Baston, you knew what he wanted and where you stood. With Maren, there was always a sort of uncertainty. Oh, I don't know about that. For the right job, you could get your independence back and no longer be dependent on him for jobs. What do you think about that? Would you like to be able to take only those jobs you choose? Would you like to not pay a cut on everything you pull? It was as if Maren knew all the annoyances she felt. There was only so much she'd managed to do to keep both her and Trey safe. Baston helped, but he had a price, and she gladly paid, to ensure her brother's safety. Other than in dreams, she'd given up thinking she could ever get away from it. Why give up a job like that? She asked. If what you have is so valuable, why not do it yourself? Maren tipped her head. I could, but I think I'd prefer to have you do it. And if I don't? That won't happen, so I won't bother telling you what could happen if you don't do this for me. Why should I describe the way Trey would suffer, or the way your jobs would suddenly become more difficult? Maren offered a false smile. Sam was stuck. She didn't want to work with Maren. She already had one person who pushed her hard enough. But she feared that if she didn't, Maren would do all the things she promised. Her brother needed her help. Sam needed to keep him safe. She couldn't do that without money and without the support of someone like Baston, or Maren. What's the task? Maren fished something out of her pocket and passed it to Sam. She unfolded the slip of frayed paper, revealing a hand-drawn map. It was the diagram for a building, and from the way it was depicted, Sam could tell it was a highborn house. No, you don't know the job. I know it well enough. I'm not breaking into some highborn fortress. Fortress? That seems a bit strong.